What is up, everybody? It is your favorite brother, Timmy Turner, back again. TwoBroSmoke. We are in the house for another breeder showcase. I got my boy, Covert Genetics. He's going to jump on here in just a second. Give him a wave there. Click the wrong thing, but you know. So yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm glad to be back doing another show. Like I said, it's TwoBroSmoke. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook. And there's the man himself. How are you, Mr. Covert?
Good, good. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you being on the show. So before we get into the official interview and everything like that, I think this is a perfect time just to give a shout out over to Heart and Soil. My man Brett's dog had an accident type situation, had to have some surgery and stuff. If anybody, from my crowd wants to jump over there, he's got a Cash App open for donations and stuff. Any help would be appreciated. We got to help out the family. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. I think he was looking at like $12,000 for that operation that he had to put up front. So that was definitely mortgage savings. I mean, it definitely hit them hard. Like they could definitely use the help. So
Yeah, I'm glad to see his post about the Canna community going over there and helping him so far. We really have a great community, and I'm glad to see everybody bond together like that. Because a lot of people don't have anybody, so this
absolutely,
community is like their family for real. You know what I mean? So it really matters a lot to people.
definitely. He was there when I put my dog Sadie down end of last year. Um, like literally in the room with me through it all and everything like that. So he's more than just a friend. He's family, and I'm happy to be helping him.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, so how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right, man. We just finished dinner, had some pizza, just took some dabs before the show, and now I'm sort of chilling. How are you?
Oh, doing good, man. Yeah, I was just smoking myself. I smoke always before the show because sometimes I get all crazy trying to, dab up or something in the middle of a show. So I like to just focus on my stuff. I'll just catch a buzz and go with it.
For sure, for sure.
So, so yeah, I guess we're gonna jump right into it. I know a little bit about you. As an interviewer, I did my homework. So, your name's Covert Genetics. Tell them where you're from, man.
I'm originally from Nebraska. I moved to Colorado in the very beginning of 2013, and that's when I sort of started my growing and breeding, officially growing and breeding here in the legal state, and been doing it ever since. Definitely a passion of mine. It puts food on the table and keeps the light on at home. So
Yeah, for sure. And I know it stems from the dogs. You actually used to be a dog breeder of sorts and a shower.
yep.
You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. So a long time ago, I'm 35, 36 years old. My birthday's in October. I figure how old I am at the moment, but uh, it was a while ago when I was into the bully breeds, the American Pit Bull Terriers, the American Bullies, Staffordshire Terriers, stuff like that. But I was into the conformation, like the actual showing, the standards and stuff like that, where it was very pedigree oriented. I mean, you weren't showing or selling any pups if it wasn't, hype. We all know how that goes. So I got heavy into that, and then realized that I'd be doing the breed better, more justice by getting out of them, not breeding them, because just I mean anybody and everybody. No offense. I mean I love
Yeah.
pit bulls, but someone who was constantly breeding, and it was like, oh, the next litter is the next best thing.
Yeah.
They're constantly pushing something better, and you would see customers that were repeat customers to breeders in the game, and you'd be like, where's the dog that you bought fucking 6 months to a year ago, and it's like they done flipped that dog. So it was a money game for them. And as far as the crowd that that revolved around, and I didn't like it, and I didn't like what it was doing for the dogs, so I got out of it altogether, and took that sort of dedication towards my cannabis breeding.
Yeah, for sure, man. I can totally respect that because I've never been into that world, but I could imagine it's a nasty game, like Vegas. There's stuff behind the scenes. It's not as simple as the way it sounds.
No, no, it's, I mean, everybody, oh, we take, not everybody, but the majority that I seen at the time, and this was years ago, it was, we take really good care of our dogs, but you breed the shit out of those dogs. Like, you literally turn them into, you know, they're, they're puppy mills. They're fucking, I hate saying it, but they're $5,000 puppy mills, $10,000 puppy mills. It's just, they're high dollar dogs just pumping out dozens of litters.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I can see where that would help you though, jumping into the cannabis game because you understand what good genetics are. You
Right.
understand what it takes to get to the good genetics. You understand how important it all is and how it works. And I really think that really helped you on the whole concept and aspect side of it because you already pretty much knew. You just changed the variable.
Right.
Instead of
It was
dogs,
easier for
we
me
have
to grasp.
plants.
It was easier for me to grasp the breeding concept, and how go about it for me personally. Having done what I previously did with the dogs, like you just mentioned, and having to make sure that as a responsible breeder, you're not. I mean, line breeding has its purpose. Inbreeding has its purpose, but it also has its fuck ups too. And as a breeder, you need to own up to that and take responsibility, and not just, yes, selection is key, absolutely, and not just sort of smoke and mirrors, like, oh no, we don't have any issues with our inbreeding selections and stuff like that. And it's like, you're only kidding yourself, and lying to the customer, whether it's dogs or cannabis. At that, for my change up in direction, but at the time it was, so many people were lying just to pass on, that litter, and then as the dog develops, it's got all these issues from irresponsible breeding and bad selections, and so.
So yeah, so like when you took it to cannabis, obviously you already had a love for the plant itself. What made you want to get into breeding those? As far as was it just you wanted to have your own, or you just moved to Colorado to do it, or?
That, and at the time when I moved here, it was when I moved here. It was, hey, where can I get cannabis seeds? And oh, you can order from the dozen of overseas seed banks and hope that you get your seeds, as well as hope that what you got is what you ordered. And So I was real worried about that. I did do some of the overseas, the Europe seed banks, but I didn't have any good luck. The seeds that I got either didn't germ or I just didn't get them, and so I sort of started getting onto the forums and everything like that, and started seeing what's going on in my area, and I tracked down a breeder who was retired from his personal breedings, and I asked if I could actually purchase breeding stock from him, as in like all of certain strains, not just a few packs. And he was more than happy to part with his old stock, and so I took that. He gave me all breeding blessings and everything like that. And from that point on, anything that I'd worked was there for my strain. He had no qualms with it. Wished me the best of luck, and I still shout him out to this day. His name's Doug Posey, and that's where I started. I started with Cincy Burn OG, and it grew from there. I took those seeds that I purchased, I bred with them, I selected from them, bred from them, as well as to introduce myself to people. Those seeds I would hand out for free, versus being that guy, hey, can I test your seeds? I wanted to be like, hey, I'm new to the scene. Here's something that I've been working on. I would like to share it with you. Whether or not you grow it, that's that's your personal decision. I just wanted to extend the offer to you, whoever you may be at that time, and show you that I'm sort of here to like make myself known as a breeder, and it definitely worked out um, in the positive versus the negative. I had a lot of people like, "Oh, this guy's handing me seeds," versus like, "What do you got?" And then 6 months later, it's like, "Dude, I gave that guy those free seeds. He just fucking made a whole line off of them. Didn't even send me photos type. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That fucking yeah, I can't stand that shit." Uh,
Yeah, I could imagine.
Character goes a long way. So
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
pretty
cool,
much how
man.
I
It
got
was kind of
into it.
like a business card then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that really puts a statement behind you and your brand there because the proof's in the pudding. Here you go, free sample. You know what I mean? You
For
can't
sure,
go wrong with that.
for
I
sure.
definitely like that strategy. That's definitely a good concept. I wish more people would apply because before people go and invest a bunch of money into somebody, it sure is nice to have a free sample sometimes.
Absolutely.
That would definitely be a big winner. I think if a lot of people would get off the high horse on things, some of the
Hmm.
top dudes, and they would give back to the community more, I think it would be a good positive thing for them.
For sure, for sure. It it was more for some of the bigger cats. I sort of knew that they wouldn't run them because, I mean, they've got a lot to risk as far as running unknown from this unknown. And
Yeah,
so it was more about the word of mouth from them that I was really benefiting from. Um, they would just give me that courtesy shout out, hey, this dude gave me these, you should go check him out type stuff. And it really helped my Instagram following grow organically. I've been working on it, and it's been trial and error, but we're here, we're talking to you, and we're still breeding, so must be doing something right.
yeah. So, in case anybody doesn't know, this man has been known to be the master of the funk, the master of the gas. I know a lot of your strains. They're real like pungent, I guess we could call it. You want to
Yep,
elaborate on some of that? And some of your personal preferences when it comes to the terps and the profiles.
absolutely. Well, the reason I go with um, that profile over the sweet, the savory, the fruity, the candy. Not that I don't appreciate them for what they are, they just don't last as long. The flavor, like I can get high off of all of them. Don't get me wrong, but the flavor of a bowl of Chem Dog or a bowl of GMO or a bowl of Motor Breath, and I'm throwing out classic names that people know because not
Yeah.
all these people may know my strains. But those three in general, you can smoke a fucking joint, a bowl, a bong bowl, all the way through, all the way to the gray ash, and you still taste that flavor. Maybe
Yep.
not the exact flavor, but you still taste it all the way through the fucking bowl. Whereas, say, a bowl of something fruity or candy um, really gets consumed within those first 3 to 4 hits of that real nice rich flavor. Once that green is gone, you're like, oh, let's stir up the bowl, let's fucking flip it over, try and refresh it so you get that flavor back. You're
Yeah.
chasing that flavor. Whereas with the funk, those real dirty strains, they just seem to last a lot longer in the bowl. And so that's why I went that route because I liked how long they lasted. Um, the Kim Dog, for me, as far as the Kim strains in general, gave me more of a sativa or uplifting functional high versus a couch lock sedative. Thank you, Grumpy. Um, versus a couch lock sedative, and I need that because I've got you know family, I've got stuff to do, and I also like to be high. So that that in itself, the flavor, the functionality was just why I went with the Kim lines. The OGs really seem to have the same effect Maybe not as strong as flavor profile through and through, but you get the idea. They're in the same realm. And then I like to give my own twist on the things with the funks that I've made, because I know not everybody is just heavy funk like Brett, Heart and Soil. He appreciates, the dirtiness of my strains, but I'll be honest, he has a hard time stomaching them sometimes, and so I've got to incorporate. And I've learned through smoking with him and other people, I need to incorporate lighter profiles to sort of spread out that intensity, and it really has done well. People enjoy the doughs, the fruits, the candies, the savories with that underlying, like, oof, you can really taste
Yeah.
the 8 heads in the duffel bag underneath that.
Yeah, for sure, man. So tell me like the evolution of the strains that you've offered as Covert Genetics. How did it all kind of go? Like where did you start? Where have you ended up? I know eventually you get off to the chem burlee, and we'll get to that in a minute, but how did it get up to that?
So the first one that I released, um, and it wasn't the first one that I worked, but the first one that I released was the Cincy Burn OG, which is critical Cincy Star to Rug Burn OG. Rug Burn being that funk, that dirty OG, and then the critical Cincy was a nice, vibrant, more of a hash flavor, at least the one that I used, and some people may say vibrant hash. I got some berries in there, but it was more of a hash plant flavor, as far as the critical Cincy. So with that being said, I released the Cincy Burn first, worked that to I think F3 or F4, and sort of parted ways with it, as far as making lines off of it or just breeding with it in general, because I wanted to see what else was out there as far as for me. And then from that, I had made, in one of the breedings, the lemon brulee, and before, or no, I'd say it was around the same time that I released that, I had also been working with a Fire Stomper OG, which is a double barrel OG to Grape Stomper, and it was by a breeder here in Colorado called Firehouse Genetics. And I've been playing around with that a lot, and I did a little private release here when I was first starting out. I think maybe just a few handfuls of packs, since I didn't create the strain. I just worked it to the F4 status, and then that's when I sort of let some of the seeds out just to see what people thought of my selections, because as someone new, you're always going to be working with somebody else's stuff. I don't have anything of mine to say, hey, yeah, this, solely my strains went into this. So I wanted to see how my selection process was, outside of my garden in different scenarios, as far as greenhouse, loop house or hoop house, indoor, hydro, just the various settings. So I released a small amount of those, but that wasn't ever anything that I claimed as mine. It was just, hey, let's see what you guys think, and I did that. Back to the lemon brulee, that was one that I made a whole line off of, including creme brulee. The lemon brulee line was just phenomenal. Some of the, in my opinion, the best lemon profiles I've ever personally had. That's why I ran with that one. Lemon brulee is Death by Lemons, which was a clone-only cut here that they had been passing around. It's Lemon G to Death Star, and then I took the Death by Lemons to Cincy Burn OG and made the lemon brulee. Then I met up with Brett. I forget how we got connected, but he personally gave me the copper chem cut that I used, and ever since then, and probably even before then, me and Brett have been just collaborating in small ways, big ways, just however we can help each other. And Chem Brulee just blew up. It's one of the best strains out there, in my opinion. and it's been continuously run by some of these facilities um, for 4 years now, 5 years, something like
Wow.
that. So I think that really says a lot about the strain itself. It's tried and true. It's been proven in every setting. As with quite a few of the strains that I have out there right now, not to toot my own horn, but I can't test them in all those scenarios. So it's nice to be able to say it's been proven in all these different growing scenarios by numerous different gardeners. It's can't say, oh, everything was grown the same, just in different scenarios of the same gardener. No, everybody had their own twists, and it's all held true. Nobody's came back and was like, oh, that was fucking bullshit, ruined my facility, seeded out this and that. I've had hiccups. Don't get me wrong. Like any breeder out there that says, oh, none of my stuff is ever permed, or none of my stuff is slow and less vigorous, or just everything dumps, everything washes well. It's like, no, it's hit or miss. That's why we try to test stuff as well as we can, and some of the stuff that's let out may not yield as much as the next, but the profile and the structure and everything like that serves a purpose, because not everybody grows the same. Production facilities want certain structures in their plants. The home grower may not want the same fucking structure as what this 1500 light facility wants. This guy may want something that's huge, beastly, and these guys want something that tops out at 4.5, 5 feet, spreads nice, only needs one topping, and you got your nice stack.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love that you put that work into the testing, because that's what's going to give you a good plant. Because like you said, in the end, who's really going to grow majority of these plants? It's going to be people at their house, and they're not expert gardeners. So if you don't have, if it was only ever grew with a certain type of nutrients under a certain type of condition, if you give it to somebody that's going to throw it under, say, a Mars Hydro with some soil, it's not going to perform near as well as it should. So you're breeding like the true stability into the genetics itself, as far as the plant, like you said, the vigor and things like that really matters a lot.
Right. Stuff. It's got to be able to perform when it doesn't have a 100% adequate environment and regimen and stuff like that. Because everybody's grown on a budget. Nobody that I know or deal with, as a friend and go into their grows, has anybody backing their fucking grows with any form of budget, giving them the state of the art this and state of the art that, and it's like, dude, this is so plug and play, like a fucking rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it shit. And it's like, no, people like to get in there and work with the plant, and some production facilities are very hands off, just defoliate, top, and fucking flip and go. So they require certain things. The home grower requires certain things. The outdoor grower requires certain things. I mean, those guys are the most critical, because they have the elements and everything like that. They don't have this state of the art facility that's should have environmental controls completely dialed in, to where it's like nobody's dealing with PM, nobody's dealing with pests. The outdoor guys, it's like, hey, we need this, we need this, we need this, and if it's not checking all these boxes for us, guess what? I'm not going to be in your DMs next year trying to fill my acres with your seeds. So it's like, it's very, very crucial that not only are you, focusing on plant health, stability, vigor, and all that for indoors, but outdoors is a completely different setting, and you need to make sure that you dot your T's, dot your I's, cross your T's, for everybody, not just hey, the indoors.
Yeah, for sure. So, for all the viewers watching right now, if they want to get in on some of these genetics, where can they find you at if they want to look you up right now?
So I have seeds available at River City Seed Bank, as as I mentioned it on Instagram, or you can hit my DMs directly. Either works, and I can definitely get you taken care of. I do a lot of direct, but I've had a few seed banks reach out to me recently, so that's why I'm mentioning them before myself, because it's more appropriate that I send people their way. There's no point in them buying wholesale from me just to fucking have everybody buy their seeds from me.
Yeah.
They don't come back if they don't sell their seeds. So
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
With that being said, hit up River City Seed Bank, grab seeds from him. Whatever he doesn't have, I'd be happy to get you taken care of.
Cool, man. Yeah, everybody better get over there, man. Like I said, this is the master of the funk, master of the gas. If you're looking for something that's really going to have that different, just stank profile, this dude right here, he's the dude.
I appreciate that.
Highlight a couple of the strains that you got right now. Like, what's available right now?
So I've got my my I Smell Gas line, which the strains remaining on that are Big Body Gelati, the Handyman, fucking shoot. Let me 1 second.
Yeah.
I have so many lists. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been talking about that. The gas line you have, that one's was really popping, man.
That's this one. It's Big Body Gelati, the Handyman, Outlaw Chem, and that's what's left on that line. Then I have the chem burlee line, which has plenty more strains. It's not as old as the I Smell Gas line, so I apologize if there wasn't very many left on that line. I've got chem burlee F2, my I-80, which is I-95 F2 to chem burlee. I've got my Boats and Hose. I've got my Drive-Through Wedding, my High Note, Dechem Pose. These are just all bangers. The chem burlee that I used, I wanted to get away from the lemon profiles, which were attributed from the lemon brulee. So I hunted the chem brulee for a more copper chem dominant pheno, and I nailed that one. What I got from that was a very nail polish or chlorine bleach type profile. Some smell a little bit of haze in there. I don't, but I'm not going to argue with people. If you smell what you smell, that's what you smell.
Yeah.
But it's very woo, that burns my nostrils type, when you get in there and play with the raw plant.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very, very caustic. And I love it. I love it. It's very chemically, not chemi. I'm talking chemically.
Okay. So, yeah. So let me know, out of what you've got right now, just drop it right here on the live. What is the fire? What is your favorite thing that you got right now, if I wanted to jump on it?
My go-to right now is the Outlaw Chem.
Outlaw Chem?
Yep. That's the Biker Kush from Covert Genetics. And, cleaner haze. That's a good way of putting it. It's Biker Kush from Covert Genetics and the I Smell Gas.
Nice. Yeah, man, that sounds pretty good.
Just that classic OG bud structure. Very big calyxes, fat, bulbous, not very many hairs, very low calyx to leaf ratio. But man, it just fucking reeks.
Yeah, has it got the frost like mad on it?
Oh, definitely. I've got photos on my profile if anybody wants to check it out, or they can just search the hashtag Outlaw Chem, and you're definitely gonna find it.
Yeah, man. I was checking out your whole profile, dude, and that is Frost Central, dude. They're looking nice over there, and I like that they have the subtle colors in a lot of your plants. It's not like a straight up purple plant, but it has that subtle purple vibe going on all through a lot of those plants, dude. I mean, I know purple don't really matter and color don't really matter, but man, it looks great. You know, I love
Oh,
the
hey,
looks of it, dude.
bag appeal is important, and I mean, I hate to say it, but purple is very nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know, anytime when I was in high school, oh, you got the perps? Let me see. It didn't matter if it tasted good, smelled good, got you high. It was, that's not green weed.
I
So,
remember back in school, you get the bag of the purple, and you're like picking out the most purple ones for yourself, and like you'll
yep,
smoke it, and you'll sell off the rest. But oh man, I caught these little solid purples, man. I'm keeping those.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's been a great interview. Anything else you want to add? You know what I mean? I think they know where to find you. They know what you're about. Anything you want to shout out? Any people you want to give a shout out to or anything like that?
Heart and Soil, first and foremost. He's, yeah, definitely one of my best friends, and he could definitely use the help right now. If y'all are wondering what I'm running, what I'm growing with, I use Timber LED lights. They're made in California. I use Royal Gold Tooper as far as for cocoa, that or Charcoyer, Pro Mix. You know, they're all good, even though Pro Mix is a peat based. They're all basically the same shit. Those are the top three that I like to use, though. Nutrients, I'm on that Athena tip. I've been using Athena for a little while now. Man, you want some easy fucking nutrients? You want some nutrients that produce? Athena. 3 parts, no joke. I don't even use River City Seed Bank right there. Y'all go get seeds from him. Whatever he doesn't have, tell him to fucking get them from me so you don't have to go through me. You can go through him. But anyways, um, uh, it's, I mean, I don't even pH it. I just fucking, I fill my reservoir, toss in my salts after they've been diluted in. Yep, I use the salts, and I'm good to go. The shit's, it's idiot proof. And then, yeah, that's about it. I keep it simple.
One thing I almost forgot to ask: you have anything brewing as far as future stuff coming out that you want to
Absolutely.
give some insight on?
Absolutely. I've got a new breeding coming up. I'm hunting right now. Well, I've just popped packs, so I can't say I'm hunting, but I will be hunting soon. Of high octane BX3 from Seed Junkie.
Yeah.
I've got a couple packs of that I'm going to hunt through since those are so hard to find. I'm working with what I got. I'm going to do a preservation breeding with that. Try and offer that back to people in a feminized form as well as regular seeds. So that is work in the process. That's what I'm working on right now. After that, I've got my peanut butter breath breedings. I'm going to offer feminized and regular seeds of that as well. And then me and Brett have a collaboration that I'll be working on. It's the Kim DI 95 that he got from me to his Afghan landrace. So that's
Man, yeah, that'll be something with his Afghani.
yeah, definitely. But those are the 5 upcoming breedings that I have for this next year that I'm starting on now.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm gonna be working on for the next year.
Wow, that really sounds like a lineup, man. Real all-star team there, man.
I appreciate that. And anybody listening tonight, if you want to hit up River City Seed, I'll offer anybody who's watching, who tuned in tonight, just for TwoBroSmoke, 3 packs of boats and hose with every order. So
Oh wow, thanks, man.
I'll send the packs to River City Seed. So if there's a slight delay, bear with him. He's just waiting for the packs to get from me to him.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's a really awesome deal, man. Like you can't even beat that, you know. If you're getting, it's like a buy one get one there, man. You better jump on that.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate you having me, though.
Yeah, it's no problem, man. I really appreciate having you on. You know what I mean? It's a really good sight to see, get you on, get the people to know you, get a good feel for you, you know what I mean? Because I feel like there's so much undiscovered gold out there. If people just could, you could
Oh,
get it in front of them, you know what I
there's
mean?
so many private breeders out there that they've got so much fire hidden away in their dresser drawers. It's fucking ridiculous. There, there's too many big fish in the water that their egos keep the little ones from coming out and actually growing and developing like the other ones did. Um, so I use Athena, the stuff Jungle Boys use. Like, I hate to sound cliche, the shit is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, some things just work.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But yeah, just mention to River City Seed Bank that you tuned in and you want to get in on the freebie, the boats and hose freebie.
Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all better jump on it. I'm gonna go ahead and call my boy Mike Camp out from Honeycomb Hydro. He loves that song, Boats and Hose. He needs to get over there and get this one. If he doesn't, he's crazy. You know what I mean? That
For
that could
sure.
be his new signature line, you know? Yeah, he does a lot of lives and he'll jump on every time. It's Boats and Hose, I just love it. But
Boats and hose,
yeah,
boats and hose.
I want to give him a shout out, and of course, like we've already shouted out, my man Brett. Need to get over there,
Definitely.
help him out, get you some fire from Brett. My man Covert, he's on, but I'm giving him a shout out on his own show. I got a lot lined up with the show. We're gonna have Andy Appleseeds coming on, I believe Sunday. If anybody knows about Andy, man, that's gonna be another cool dude to just have on the show. I love his vibe. I'm gonna have Travis Spivey from over at Tarantula Genetics. I've got him kind of getting him scheduled in. We just did that crazy Masonic smoker interview. That was wild. Anytime you can get Masonic on something, it's like, seriously? You're going to collab with me? That's cool. So, I'll give out a shout out to my boy Gilf, of course. I know he was tuning in earlier. And I really appreciate everybody. I feel like, I just started this myself just a month or so ago with this whole show, and it's came so far. And everybody's just so welcoming with the community. I just have to drop a line and be like, hey, I think I got a show. They're like, when can I get on? And
Yeah.
it's amazing. I
Yep.
just love it. And
Yep.
I've just been
And
shown
word
so
of mouth
much
travels.
love.
Word
I
of mouth
believe
travels.
like
So
Brett said he's going to be a sponsor of the show, so we're going to have some stuff to give away. I want to do giveaways like I know a lot of people do it like every episode is what I'll eventually want to get to. So we got Brett's going to send some stuff over. We're going to be sponsored by Heart and Soil, and I believe that Mike Camp over at Honeycomb Hydro is sending some stuff over too. So hopefully in the future the show is going to get better and better. I want to do stuff for the community and give back myself. Also, this screen behind me, I want to let everybody know I'm going to get a vinyl banner made. I'm taking and getting some logos done. So I'm going to get the vinyl in the back, and I'm going to have places to put everybody's stickers. I want
hell yeah.
everybody that's been on the show to have a sticker and a spot right there right there for everybody to see, because I want to support the people, just as much as they support me. And so far, I've got nothing but love. I mean, love from
Respect.
all directions. So I really
Respect.
appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate
Definitely.
you the most tonight, bro, for being on the show. Just keeping it real
Absolutely.
like that.
Send me when you're done. Send me a DM with your shipping information. I'll get you out some stuff for your show.
Oh, for sure. For sure, man. Yeah, any donations are appreciated. I'll never ask anybody directly for anything. I'm just not that kind of dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I would really
Happy to offer.
appreciate that, man.
Happy to offer.
Well, I
Thank you for
guess,
having me.
yeah, dude. Well, I guess it's been a show, so we're going to jump off here. I try not to get too winded because people, if you try to drag it on an hour and a half, people won't watch it all. I
For
try to
sure.
keep it like 30, 45-minute segments. It's
Yep.
a good, watch when you're chilling out. Smoking is perfect to smoke to.
For
That's what
sure.
I love about it, dude. And I like to bring the information. I don't just like to chill. Like, we went through how many strains were listed in this show? At least
Oh.
50. I mean, you're learning about everything. If you tune into this one, it's just, I love the knowledge, trying to spread it around.
Absolutely. I enjoy the vibe. It
For
was nice
sure,
meeting you.
man, for sure. Well, all right, man, we're going to sign off of here. This is Covert Genetics, TwoBroSmoke. Until next time, y'all be good.
Take care.
Be good, man.